Oh, it's recording. Amazing. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Chelsea.
And I'm Jacey.
Yeah, this is Jacey. We're here in New York and we're gonna have a little health, wellness, fitness Q&A. I thought I'd bring Jacey. Jacey's been into fitness. She's a health gal. She's a healthy gal,
I
right?
thought you were gonna say I'm a health coach. I'm
Like she's a certified health coach. So I asked you guys to ask me questions about health, wellness, fitness. I'm a certified health coach and a lot of you guys asked me questions concerning that, so I'm just gonna say this right now. I'll talk about that in a future video. I've kind of already talked about that in my What I Eat in a Day, but a health coach, like how to become one, what my day-to-day is like, I'll talk about that later. This is just basic, you know, first steps for health and wellness questions. So let's get right into it. How much physical activity is considered excessive? We're just jumping right in.
Is considered excessive?
Yeah.
I think if you're
Coughing?
I think if you're obsessive over it,
Yeah.
and like you know, you eat something, you're like, I have to go to the gym now because
Yeah.
whatever, and maybe that'll go along with a different question. I think if you're just too obsessed, it's a little excessive, but also I remember in our podcast episode that we did with
What
Chelsey,
we said podcast?
with Chelsey, who was my personal trainer at the time.
Yeah.
She said, like, if you are sore all the time, then you're probably exercising too much. Like, if
Yeah.
every single day you're sore and you never give yourself breaks,
A break.
then, because honestly, your body needs breaks. Like, it actually doesn't help you to work out every single day.
Yeah.
Like, it actually, you need a few days off in the week to, like, so your muscles can, I forget the word and I don't want to, like,
heal?
butcher what, yeah.
Yeah, because, well, when you work out, you basically, like, rip the tiny muscles and you have to let them heal in order to grow. So you can't just keep ripping them. Otherwise, that's, like, terrible for you.
Yeah.
Also, I think if you associate shame and guilt when you're not working out or when you feel like you haven't done good enough, if you're feeling a lot of shame or guilt, that might be a sign that you are being obsessive or excessive. Also, I just want to say this before anything as well, this is a good reminder. If you feel like you have some kind of eating disorder or it's diminishing your quality of life and you're obsessed with food, diet, you know, working out, go talk to your doctor, go talk to a therapist. I've struggled with an eating disorder and I was obsessive and excessive with exercise. I would work out like 3 hours a day. And it was way too much and my mind was just constantly on food and like diet and how many calories I ate, and it was just like a constant math in my head. So go talk to a doctor because it's not normal per se and you can get help. So what are your weekly essentials when grocery shopping?
Ooh, this is a good one.
This is a good one. Okay, I would say produce is where I hit the most because you have to get that the most frequently. So my essentials when I go are usually avocados, definitely bananas. I freeze my bananas for smoothies and I just like always like to have them. I'll try and get like different fruits for snacks. Like I won't always get like grapes, apples, like oranges. Like some weeks I'll just get oranges and apples. Some weeks I'll get like peaches. Some weeks I'll get cherries.
Depends what's in season too.
Yeah, berries are always good to have. They're a good snack. Produce wise, like vegetables, spinach. I always get spinach. I always get kale.
Same.
Trying to think, like carrots. I usually get carrots as well for like
Hummus.
a snack. Carrots and hummus. I get like sweet bell peppers.
No, I think mine are really similar. I always get almond milk too, just or like almond milk, coconut water. Those are the things I use because I make a lot of smoothies. Like I make a smoothie almost every morning, so
same.
I usually have to get that, and then almond milk for cereal or for whatever. Like
That's true. Almond milk.
Because Leif drinks almond milk as well.
There's so many different kinds of milk nowadays. I try like a new one every week, I swear. I just have been trying macadamia nut milk and it's so good.
Okay, I've had it in like smoothies and chai and it's really good, but I haven't had it.
Super good. Help milk, help. I'm like, help, please. Hemp milk is really good too. It's
I've
really
never had that
creamy.
either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You're
there
an
are
oat
so
milk
many.
girl, I feel
I like oat milk too, yeah, but they all have their different purposes. Like if I'm gonna eat cereal, then I use almond milk. If I'm gonna make a smoothie, I use coconut milk. And then if I'm gonna do like a chai or whatever, then I'll do oat milk.
Wow.
I got it on lock.
She is a process queen. How do you mentally deal with weight fluctuations? Well, let me say this first. It's normal to fluctuate, especially for women around that time of the month. Like literally every week you are probably a different weight because of your cycle. But if you're fluctuating a lot, there might be something there like underlying. So I fluctuated a lot like weight-wise when I was like going through my eating disorder. So that is also a sign that maybe you're being obsessive or excessive and you're like, you know, stressed about it. Because if it's like a lot, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I would say like more than like 8 pounds and you're just like going up and down.
Yeah.
In a small amount of time, it could be like something you might need to check in on.
But, well, first of all, I never weigh myself. Like,
yeah, that's
very,
true.
very, very rarely, because like I remember I weighed myself a few months ago and I weighed more than I like not ever have, but like that I had in a while. And for some dumb reason, like in my head I was like, oh my gosh, like I've gained weight, but the truth of it is like I've actually put on some muscle, which is what I've been wanting to do. So the number on the scale, like you've heard it a million times, but it really just doesn't matter. Like I feel awesome, so it's like, why would I care if like I've gained a few pounds? It's actually healthy that I have. And during my period or like whatever, I will be like, I have gained, like I feel like I'm huge. Like I'm like, I feel so gross.
You hold on to so much water during that time.
Yeah, but then the important thing to know is that it is always fluctuating. So if you're like, oh, I feel so gross and bloated today, like know that that's probably gonna go away in a few days and then you'll be back to normal.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. I feel like if you're weighing yourself like all the time, I mean, there are certain situations, like maybe if you're under a doctor's supervision and you're supposed to weigh yourself for like, you know, weight loss, or you're supposed to gain weight, that's fine. But if you're like making sure that you're not gaining a single pound, or like you're going up, and if you check, you know, the scale, I used to have a scale and I used to like step on it every single night.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I had to get rid of the scale because it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And how you feel is how, I know it sounds so cheesy, but really how you feel matters the most. And you can kind of feel when you're like, I don't feel healthy, like I've been eating a bunch of crap, I just feel sluggish.
And there's nothing
That's
wrong.
what should determine you being like, I need to like, you know, maybe eat a little healthier and treat my body better.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with like wanting to make a healthy change. So
no,
that's not a problem.
Definitely not. How do you eat healthy when it's not accessible to cook? This is a good question. Accessible.
Like, you need to go to school. What do they mean it's not accessible to cook? Like they're in college or something, they don't have a kitchen?
Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe they're in like a dorm or something. I don't know. You
guys need to, if you are in college, you need to go listen to our podcast episode with Eat Cute. She like specializes in, like she has a book all about when you're college aged and you're kind of going, you know, you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. I'm trying to remember what the advice she gave was when you feel like you don't have time or like it's not accessible to cook. If you straight up don't have a kitchen, that's hard.
Yeah, that is hard. It kind of depends on if it's accessible in terms of money or something, because another question that we had was like, how do you do this when you're broke? If you have money to do other certain things, you have money to eat healthier. And produce really isn't, if you go to the right places, you don't have to go to Whole Foods like to eat healthy. You really don't.
No.
You can go get produce anywhere and it's pretty cheap. Like I can get a pretty big cart of something and it's not that expensive. Way cheaper than if I go buy a bunch of boxed things.
Right.
So that's definitely not an excuse. I mean, I get it when you're like, I want fast food, I want this. But it kind of is about priority. Like if you really want to be eating like healthier and cleaner, then, you know, maybe prep on Sunday, or maybe like you know, they have meal delivery kits nowadays. They have like pretty good stuff, and I guess you still have to have a kitchen for that, but there's lots of ways.
There's nothing we can help with if they literally don't have a kitchen.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
You can't, I mean, I don't know, you're gonna have to like...
You have like no fridge or anything?
Yeah, I don't know what they're referring to. So
I mean, if you don't have time, there's lots of ways to do it.
Well, I seriously think if you don't have time, you need to listen to that episode.
Yeah.
She went in, there were a lot of different tips she gave.
Yeah,
so
listen.
Go listen to it.
What do I do if I want to work out, but I don't know how machines work at the gym? This is a very common question.
Okay, well, I have an answer, but I have been using the Sweat app, and
I talked about that in a previous video.
We also have worked with OpenFit for our podcast as well. There are apps.
I also talked about that in a previous video. Go watch it. It's my favorite apps video.
But the Sweat app, for me specifically, like I've been using it for a while, and I've been doing the Power program by Chelsey. So there are different girls who have like different workout programs that you can choose from. And specifically why I'm talking about that is because her program is for the gym. And she shows what machines to use, how many reps to do, how to use the machines, like where all the
She goes
info.
into like detail
Into
too.
detail, like shows you exactly how to do it. And that has helped me feel so much more confident in the gym, because before, like last year, I was clueless. Like if you would have put me in a gym, I would have had no idea what to do.
Yeah.
And I was so intimidated, and now I feel so much more confident and comfortable because I understand some of the machines. I understand how they work. Like,
yeah,
you know, and
before
so,
you look at them and you're like,
what
body part is this for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think it's important to realize, besides that and like actually figuring them out, that if you're worried about other people, like they don't care. They're all looking at themselves in the mirror. Like
they're all looking at
legitimately, nobody cares about you. Like they might look at you and be like, oh, do you need help?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You can always ask for help. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, there have been times when I'm like, I'm so confused about this, and I'm always with Leif, so usually we'll help each other, but I'm like, I could totally ask like that guy right there who seems nice, like, hey, so sorry, but is there any chance, or a girl, like anyone around you, like, do you know how to work this machine? And I'm sure someone would help you. Like, it's not a big deal.
Want to help you. Like, this is one thing that I think people don't realize is people really want to help. Yeah. Especially if it's something they love, and if they're at the gym and they look like they really know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they're probably happy to help you. They're probably happy to show you how great they are at knowing how to do these things.
And then even asking someone who works like at the gym, if it got to the point where you're like, I am too embarrassed and like I don't, you could go up to them and say, hey, can someone please come help me, and they would help you. Like it's not an excuse to say, I understand that it's intimidating, but the thing is that you have to like get past that. You have to go to the gym and start learning, otherwise you'll never learn. So you just have to like throw yourself into it.
Okay, the importance of routines and how to find a good routine for you. I think this totally depends on your personality.
Yeah.
But I think for mostly everybody, a routine is make it or break it. Because some people can kind of fluctuate day to day, like what time they go to the gym, like, okay, our faces just were like blown out. I think certain people can fluctuate what time they go to the gym every day. For me, I need a time every day. Like I need Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or I need Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a certain
You're
time.
Like Monday through Saturday. I mean,
it's nothing. I need Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like a certain time, and then I need Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, a certain time. And then I'm like, okay, I go. It's like school. I'm like, I just have to go. But if I'm like, oh, I have to go sometime, then it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I haven't gone yet, and then I just won't go.
No, I think I always reference our podcast because we've done so many episodes about different things like in this category, but we did a productivity episode that should be out, but maybe by now, or maybe it's coming out soon. But it's important to realize that someone else's routine might not work for you, and probably won't, because everyone has different lives. And a lot of people are like, ooh, if I want to be healthy, like I need to wake up at 5:30 a.m. I need to go right to the gym. And it's like, everyone has different lifestyles. Honestly, for me, a lot of times I work out at night, and like that works for me in my schedule. So it's like, that's what I do, and that's okay. Like a lot of people are like, you need to work out in the morning, it's better for this. And I'm like, but it's whatever works for you. Yeah. So it depends. I think routines really are crucial. Like morning and nighttime routines are really, really, really important to have. But that being said, like, don't be so stuck in a certain way that you feel that you have to have
it look a certain way.
Yeah.
I think a good thing to do is, if you're wanting to get into a routine though, a morning routine is the place to start.
Yes, I agree.
Because if you have a good morning routine, your whole day will flow so much better. And it doesn't have to be a certain thing where you're like, I get up and meditate for 30 minutes and then I go to the gym for an hour. It's like, you can have it be whatever you want. You can roll out of bed, you can do a couple stretches, you can wash your face, you can read a book. I don't know, make it however you feel will make you more productive and make you more like, have clarity for the day. But it will help you so much, and you'll find that you have a lot more time. Yeah. Because you're just like on it.
Well, and you can start with simple steps, because like I found for me it's really hard. I mean, it's kind of impossible to, one day you don't have a routine and then the next day you're like, I have a 6-step awesome routine. So maybe even just starting with like, I'm not gonna touch my phone when I wake up. Like literally that's it. That's your like start to your morning routine, and like practice that for a while, and then you can add on like, okay, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna like drink some water and wash my face. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to like have this whole thing set up.
No, definitely. Small but simple steps. Yes. Also, I always say an object in motion stays in motion. I'm like, I came up with that hypothesis, but an object in motion stays in motion. So if you're going in the morning, you're gonna want to keep going. But if you lay in bed until, you know, 10, then you get up and you're just like, you know, moping around until 11, and then soon enough it's 3 p.m. Yeah, so keep going, and you'll just keep going until the end of the day.
Yep, agreed.
Fast vegan breakfast. Sometimes I don't have time to make anything when I'm late. Well, if you are a breakfast person, fruit is the way to go, I feel like. You can always grab a peach, you can grab an apple, you can grab a banana. Toast is so easy. You can pop them in the toaster, go brush your teeth, come back, take it out, put some banana slices on there, or some almond butter, or avocado. I would say that's the easiest one by far.
I think another easy one is like dairy-free yogurt. Just put some granola on top. Like even sometimes I will have just I don't even like put it into a bowl and make it whatever. Yeah, I'll just literally have the thing. Yeah, if I'm like on the go. And I have almond milk yogurt that I like, and I'll just throw granola on top.
That's good. Eat that. How important is skincare to you, and do you have a specific routine? Well, I thought this was a good question because I think a big part of skincare is what you eat. 100%. When I'm eating super oily foods or super sugary foods a lot, I definitely can tell that my skin is like feeling congested. I already have oily skin too, so it's not a good combination when I do that. So I think the first step to any skincare, whatever, you know, what you put on your body is important, but also like what you put in it is extremely important. You can add a lot of foods into your diet that are like anti-inflammatory that will help you if you feel puffy. Turmeric is a really good food to add. It gives you a natural glow. There's like so many different foods like that that you can add. Literally Google good food for your skin. I actually have a blog post about this as well, but that's the best way to glow, is from the inside out.
That's true. And also I think eliminating dairy honestly has helped a lot of people I know, including me with my skin. So throwing that out there.
Agreed. How to maintain your healthy eating when going out with friends who don't eat healthy. I shed so much.
Chelsey is literally a dog.
I shed so much, it's scary. I talk about this in my book Planted, that's all about transitioning into a more plant-based diet. But you gotta stop caring, truly. Like your friends aren't gonna be like, you're stupid for eating healthy, like why are you doing that? Like I get if you see everyone's like eating something, don't feel like you have to restrict yourself and get the house salad. Like if you want fries, eat fries, but don't go crazy because you feel like you have to, like peer pressure wise. You know, if everyone's like, everyone want cake? And you're like, oh, I don't really want to, I don't feel like, oh, I'm already full. You don't have to. No one's forcing you. And I know you kind of feel like that. I don't eat that. Like you don't want to be that person.
Right.
That's how I always
felt.
That's
how I feel too.
But they don't care.
I don't consider myself vegan or plant-based, but I do try and eat clean, and like sometimes I am in that position where I'm with people who don't eat as clean, and it's you don't want to feel holier than thou and be like, I'll just take the kale salad when everyone else is ordering. But it's like at the end of the day, it's your health, it's your choice, and like I definitely treat myself, and I'm not afraid to like have a treat with my friends, but at the same time, like I'm not just gonna get a fried chicken sandwich just because someone else got that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because sometimes I even feel that, I don't know if you feel like that, but at a restaurant, if like other people order, you're like, oh, I feel kind of like holier than thou, being like, I'll just have the salad. But it's like, well, that's what I want. So.
Yeah.
Who cares?
No, it's true. And also it's like, are you really gonna risk maybe your stomach hurting for the whole night after that just because
you're trying to fit in or something? Yeah. It's harder, I guess, when like you're in high school or college and like all your friends go to fast food all the
going
time.
to like Cane's all the time. Yeah, that is hard.
That's harder, but I don't know.
But still, also another thing is I eat a lot before I go out with friends. If I know that it's like a group of friends, you know, that's not plant-based, or we're going to a restaurant that, you know, for example, like Cane's or something like that, which is like a fried chicken place. I'll eat before I go. That way I can say like, hey, I already ate, like I'm not that hungry, and I can just get fries or something. Yeah, but you don't have to, that's a good way to prepare. So, I've tried intermittent fasting so many times and just fail. Any tips? My first tip would be, it might not be for you. Also, if you are doing it for the wrong reasons, it's a lot harder than if you're not. Like truly, I have said this a million times, and I talked about this in my what I eat in a day video. I tried to intermittent fast, but I don't have like, okay, I'm eating at 11 a.m. and then I have to stop at 7 p.m. I don't have that. I just kind of do it as my days go. But I also tried to intermittent fast when I was like in the depths of my eating disorder, and it didn't work. I was like so stressed, and then I would binge immediately after. So if you're doing that, I would not intermittent fast. Like that's not for you. And maybe your body's different.
Yeah, I think putting a really just too much of an emphasis on anything, it makes it stressful. So if you're
Yeah.
like, I am intermittent fasting, this is how it is, like I cannot fail. If I do, I'm a failure, and then you mess up, then it's like so shameful and guilty. It's like, I don't know, and some people maybe they do need to go all in, but for me, I would prefer to just be like, oh, I'm gonna try that out and like be casual about it.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, here and there, if I like don't do it exactly, it's like whatever. You know what I mean?
No,
I know
exactly.
not everyone has like that same mindset, but I'm just saying.
No, I think that's good. I think like I always say what you resist persists. Again, I didn't make that up, but which means like it's almost like reverse psychology. So if you're thinking about it a lot, it's gonna persist in your mind. Like if you're like, I'm not eating chocolate today, for example, you're gonna see chocolate everywhere you go, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like I can't eat chocolate. So if you're too stressed about it, it's not gonna work. So you just kind of have to, I know that's not a great answer, but you just have to figure out a way for you that makes it casual. And then it'll work a lot better. Which kind of goes into our next and final question, how to cut out sugar. This is hard. Me and JC are both like sweet teeth.
We both have sweet teeth. No, we both are like sugar addicts, to be honest.
Yeah, we love sugar. We love sweets.
The thing is, how to cut out sugar, it's like probably not a good mindset to be like, I'm cutting out sugar. It's just too overwhelming. And honestly, if you enjoy sweets, it's like kind of just sad to think about, like, oh, I'm never gonna eat sugar again. It's like, that's just too much. For me, I think adding in, like, I like how you always say to add in the good stuff versus like try and take away the bad necessarily, or how do you word it?
You crowd out the bad. Like you put in so much good that you have no more room for the bad. Yeah,
so if you're eating like pretty clean, you almost like you're not still hungry. But a tip is to, first of all, not buy a bunch of junk food. And this is something we talked about on one of our podcast episodes.
You guys just go listen to our podcast if you haven't already. They're like, we do, idiots. That's how we found you.
No, but like, instead of having the mindset of how to cut out sugar, just don't buy as much stuff with sugar. Like, don't buy Oreos when you go, and don't buy as much junk food. And then instead buy some healthier alternatives. I have stuff in my, like I have these coconut milk ice cream bars that are like covered in chocolate, and they're definitely not healthy, but they're a healthier option. And it's like, I eat one, I am totally satisfied. Another thing that I do is like take a date and put almond butter and chocolate chips on top, and eat that. It's so good. Or like, you know what I mean? So
find nature's candy.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of sweet stuff like that you can do that have a lot of natural sugar in them. Like that, for example, like cacao is good for you. There's a lot of like superfoods like that that are really sweet and good, and if you mix them together, you can look up raw recipes for desserts. There's so much you can make. I love baking, and I really feel like a lot of the times I can find really healthy alternatives. Like you can put applesauce you put applesauce in recipes, like instead of eggs or something like that.
You can do like coconut oil instead of whatever and make it way healthier.
So that's a good point. I like that. Wait, what was the saying I was just gonna say? Something my dad always says. My dad is like the healthiest person I know, and someday I want to do a what I eat in a day with him just because he is crazy. He always says, choose the best option available. So that makes the stress go away for me. When I'm like, this is what I've been placed with, you know, my life is crazier than some. If you're traveling a lot, you're busy, you know, you're at the office all day or whatever. Not all of us have a routine every day that's the exact same. We can choose, you know, we have that luxury. But if you're always choosing the best option available to you, you're not gonna have any stress because you're just doing your best.
Right.
So suck on that.
Woo!
All right, you guys, well, we're gonna go to the airport because we're leaving New York, sadly. We've had the best time. Thanks for taking me to New York, JC.
You're welcome. Thanks for being my personal photographer.
Well, we love you. Thanks for watching. Please follow JC on Instagram. I know you probably are already. Also follow her YouTube channel. We did a couple videos together.
We did a girl advice Q&A. You guys need to go listen to it because we answered some juicy questions.
Girl parts.
Yes. Yeah, I was like waiting. I was looking at that to see what you were gonna say. Oh, sorry, I just scratched you.
So go do that. We love you. And that's what we said. Bye.